Currently, I'm watching Bleach 1000-Year Blood War, and things are beginning to get wild. The good guys are losing. The bad guys are getting cocky. And now, in this most recent episode that came out last week, Rukia shows up, and Rukia is not playing around. She's reinvigorated because she's discovered some new abilities that she has. She's grown her own strength, but she's facing an enemy who focuses on fear. And at first she's doing well, she's overcoming it, but then she is overwhelmed by the enemy's attack and is literally overwhelmed with fear until her brother shows up and speaks some amazing and encouraging words that honestly could do us all a bit of good. Let's talk about that today on Geek Devotion. Hello, Devoted Geeks, and welcome to Geek Devotions, a show from Devoted Geeks who are devoted to letting you know you're loved. I'm Dallas. I'm so glad you've hit the play button today. If you're new to our show, we take geek, pop culture items like movies, video games, comics, and we use them to let you know you're loved. So, if you don't watch past this moment, know this: we love you, we care about you. There is a plan and a purpose for your life. Do not give up. Before we get started, I do want to remind you guys that at the release of this episode, Geek'd Con in Shreveport, Louisiana is taking place, and Celeste and I have a booth there on the first floor. I want to encourage you to come by our booth if you're in the area. Say hi, let us hug you, let us shake your hand, let us encourage you, and let us check out your amazing cosplay if you're in cosplay, because Celeste and I genuinely love the creativity the cosplay community has. As I said in my intro, Rukia is facing some terrible fear. Legitimately, it has penetrated every aspect of her being, and she is struggling. Whereas once she was strong and she was doing well, now she was overwhelmed by fear. But then her brother comes in. This is an older brother. He comes from a previous generation of her, and he is there to handle business. Now, if you haven't watched Bleach before, there's an interesting relationship between Rukia and Byakuya. See, Rukia is his sister by marriage. And when his wife died, he swore to take care of Rukia through and through. But because he comes from a noble family, he's very cold and he's very stern. He doesn't show a lot of emotion. He hasn't really been the most encouraging of individuals for Rukia over the years. As a result, Rukia has been living her life in his shadow, trying to get his approval, trying to live up to the standard that he has. And she has tried so hard, and there's this insecurity inside of her that perhaps she's not strong enough to really have his approval. Now, there's a lot of things we can go into, but there's really an interesting moment that takes place in this most recent episode of Bleach 1000-Year Blood War. See, like I said, she's overwhelmed, and all of a sudden he shows up and he makes short work of the current situation, but the enemy's still in front of her. The enemy of fear is still there, and while he could take care of it, he looks to Rukia and he goes, "On my way, I could tell. You're so much stronger now." And when she heard those words, something clicked in her spirit. These kind, gentle words that he's spoken to her has done something in her spirit. There was an approval. There was a sign of going, "I am proud of you," that's taken place. And that insecurity that's been holding on to her, that really is the root of her fear, began to melt away. Byakuya says to her, "Fear is not born in a vacuum, but feeds off the insecurities of the heart." He's speaking legitimately to the situation. He understands what's happening in Rukia's mind and her spirit. In the word of affirmation, "You're stronger now," wiped away a lot of those insecurities. Over the last couple of weeks, we've been talking about how to reach the next generation, how to help them, how to equip them. One of the things that I've seen in the younger generation is that there is a plethora of insecurities that they carry. And a lot of it stems from them simply trying to earn the approval of an older generation. Now, on the surface, it doesn't look like it. But deep down, they just want to know that they're good enough, that they can make it, and that they're doing the right thing. They need those words of affirmation. What doesn't help the situation is when you have an older generation looking at a younger generation saying that they're worthless, saying that they're a bunch of pansies, a bunch of snowflakes, and that there's no value to what they have. And so what that has done, instead of, and I think some people think it's a matter of tough love, but what that's actually done is that it's raised up a wall between the younger generation and old generation. And instead of walking in grace, walking in what they have in front of them because they're being told, they're being directed with positive mindsets from an old generation, they're walking down a path of destruction. Some of you watching this will be like, "Who does this?" I'm telling you right now, I've had to delete comments off some of our videos that we've posted because that's exactly what's being said about the younger generation by some older folks. There is a proverb that's out there that is super poignant here. It says this, Proverbs 15 verse 4, A soothing tongue is a tree of life, but perversion in it crushes the spirit. What this proverb is teaching us is that we need to be conscious about our words, about what we say, about how we speak to people. That when we speak life and we speak hope, it builds a tree of life. There's roots that are there. It's healthy. It brings shade. It brings comfort. It sustains life. But if we're demeaning to people, if we're putting people down, even if we're just kidding, in the wrong time frame of just joking, it will bring destruction to an individual's life. It will crush their spirit. Rukia's spirit was crushed, not on purpose. It wasn't like Byakuya was trying to hurt her on purpose. He's just doing life as stoically as he's been taught that he has to be, not realizing that that was building up the insecurities in Rukia. Rukia just simply needed her brother to say, "You're stronger." Give a sign of approval and help her. My challenge to you guys is be cognitive about the words you speak to those around you, to the younger generation and to everyone else. Be cognitive about how you encourage or don't encourage at times. Be cognitive about how you bring correction. You can speak positively while you're bringing correction. You can speak positively while you're trying to help somebody understand that perhaps they've taken the wrong path and there's a better way. As we do that, we will see things shift in the next generation. There will be less of this angst of going, well, forget you, I'm going to do my own thing. And there will be a shifting where they will be able to walk in grace, be knowing that there is a generation who genuinely loves them, genuinely stands behind them, and is genuinely encouraging them to do the best that they can. Question of the week for you guys. Leave a story down below and let us know about a time that you were encouraged by an older individual, by an old person who was speaking life to you when you thought perhaps that you were struggling, and that encouragement broke off some insecurity and helped you take your next step with God. I do want to remind you guys, Celeste and I are currently at Geek'd Con as of the release of this video right now. If you're in the Shreveport area, please come by, hang out, check out the booth. Yes, we're going to have stickers and some shirts and stuff that we're selling, but the main thing for us is simply being present to love on you guys and encourage you and to speak life. I want to give a special thank you to all of our devoted Patreon geeks and those who have supported us in various ways, because thanks to them, we're able to get to Geek'd Con, we're able to pay for the booth and do what we're doing. And if you would like to help us to go to cons in the future, if you'd like to help us to do more things in Geek Devotions, visit our website, geekdevotions.com, check the support page to find out how you can help support us do what we do. Even if you can't help support us financially though, know that we love you, we care about you. Simply sharing this video and watching this video is a major help to us. If you like what we do here at Geek Devotions, make sure you hit the like button, make sure you subscribe to our channel, and like I said, share this out with other individuals who need this information. Also, do me a favor, check out the playlist for the start of this month, of season 8, because like I said, this whole month is dedicated to the mindset of how to reach the next generation, help equip them, help them become what God's created them to be. This is a passion of Celeste and I's for various reasons. And we want to share that passion with you. And we want to be able to help equip you, the local church, and others to do it better. All that being said, until next time, stay devoted, peace and love.